What's up, boys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to tell the second story of how I almost got arrested in Thailand. As many of you may know, there's another video on my channel. If you haven't seen it, maybe I'll link it around here, or you can just search it up. How I almost got arrested the first time I was in Thailand, and this was probably on the very next trip. So this was quite some time ago. And this was an objectively stupid thing to do, but this one you can actually learn something from because it is something that I should have known when I got into this mess. Now, before we get into this story, smash the like button. Costs you nothing, means the world to me, really helps me out with the algorithm. So, a little bit of background. I was in Thailand, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, something like that. And I was meeting up with my friend, and she wanted to go to maybe Teriyaki Bar Kelly's or something like that. The place isn't really important. I was around the Lumpini Park area, and if you've been to Thailand, you know where that is. If you haven't, it doesn't really matter for the purpose of this story. I was walking from there to where I was going. Now, keep in mind, at this particular time, they were having a little bit of immigration issues. And so they were a little more strict on some of their policies, which is going to be important. So I'm walking from where I'm staying in Lumpini to this other place. Minding my own business, checking out the sights, the sounds, the smells, looking at the street foods, soaking in my experience in the wonderful city of Bangkok. And I'm walking on my way. My friend's like, oh, how long until you're here? Blah, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, I get swarmed by a bunch of police. Now that's a little bit dramatic. Maybe I wasn't swarmed, but there was probably like 3 or 4 police. I was like, whoa. Okay. And they were stopping me. I was like a little confused. I was like, what's going on here? This is like the kind of police response you would expect if you just committed a serious crime. And I was like, okay, interesting. And they don't speak great English, mind you. And they're like, where's your ID? Where's your ID? And I'm like, okay, 1 second, let me grab it. Like, not to get into any touchy subjects, but like, you don't want to start like reaching in your pants pockets and all that stuff. Like, especially in certain countries, like just no hasty movement. So I'm like, okay, 1 second, chill out. And, I'm a little flustered, if you will, being, approached by 4 cops. Like, what'd I do? I'm just so confused. And so, I'm searching for my ID, and I don't have it on me. And I'm like, I don't have it. It's back at my apartment. Like, we can go there and get it, kind of thing. It's like 1 minute away. And they're like, no, you have to have it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't know that, but I should have known that. I should have done my research and been aware of the laws. Once again, 100% my fault, okay? So don't think I'm blaming anyone else. And I was like, yeah, but like you can literally see my building. You guys can go up there with me. You can accompany me there. And they're like, we could arrest you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I guess if that's what needs to be done, go ahead and do it. And then they're like, do you have a picture of it? Does blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, maybe. And so I start going through the photos on my phone, and I had a picture of my old passport, but not my new one. And that's another thing I should have mentioned. You should probably always have a picture of your passport in your photos, but also I had just gotten a new passport. So, and I forgot to take a picture of it for whatever reason. And yeah, it's interesting because I actually had to send a picture of it to some of the places I was staying in, like smaller Thai towns. But yeah, long story. And so I actually started to like call and text some of those people that I stayed with, and they were trying to find the copy of my passport. And while they were doing that, my friend called me, yeah. And my friend's like, "Where are you? What's happening? What's going on?" And I'm like, "The police just stopped me, and I don't know why they stopped me, but they're asking for my passport and I don't have it." And she lost her mind. She was like, "They can't just randomly stop you. They have to have a reason. Give one of them your phone so I can talk to them." And I was like, I don't think that's a great idea. Like, I don't want her mouthing off to the police over the phone to affect my experience. So I was like, no, we're just going to see how this plays out. Like, worst case, maybe you can go to my room and get my passport for me and bring it here. And so we're just like hanging out, and she's like really close by because we are close to where we were meeting, okay? And so she like just randomly pulls up and she starts mouthing off. Like, I don't know what she is saying because she is speaking in Thai, but her dad is a very, let's say, prominent lawyer in Thailand. And so one thing leads to another, and then I don't remember exactly what happened because they never ended up getting my passport, but I gave them like my name and my date of birth maybe. And they like called it in and they're like, "Okay, yeah, you're good to go." And she goes, "What? You can't get his information just from like knowing his name and date of birth." And I was like, "They just said I'm free to go. Stop talking." Like, don't say another word, okay? Let's just get out of here. And so, yeah, that was how I almost got arrested for the second time in Thailand. And obviously, you should take away from this story that you need to be aware of the laws of the places that you are going to. Because not all places are going to have the same rules, laws, regulations as the country you are coming from. And whether you agree with it or not, maybe police do randomly just stop people. Like, you do have to admit and concede that for the most part, a place like the United States, you do have some level of freedom that isn't necessarily exercised in other places. If you look at a cop wrong, they might decide to take action in some of these other places. And to this day, I don't know what I did to get these 4 police to surround me and be like, "Hey." And I know that sounds super suspicious and sketch, but I literally wasn't doing anything. I was just chilling. Like I said, I was just walking, wasn't jaywalking, wasn't doing anything. And somehow I got their attention. And they said, "We've been having immigration issues, blah, blah, blah," kind of stuff. And so, yeah, just be aware when you go to different countries, whether that is in Asia, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Latin America, what documents you need to keep on you at all times. And also, like, have a picture of your passport or your residency on you, or in your phone at least. And yeah, just be aware and do your research of like different laws, like what you could possibly get in trouble for. One thing that would make this easy is like laws in blank country that would surprise Americans or shock Americans, or X laws you need to know as a American visiting so-and-so country. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up this video. It was quite a bit longer than I thought it would be, so I apologize for that. Well, I don't really apologize, but you catch my drift. I thought it'd just be a little bit shorter. So hopefully you guys made it to the end so you could get the value of this story, because I don't want any of you risking your freedom for something so stupid and dumb like I did. And like I said, 100% my fault. I should have known the rules, laws, regulations of Thailand when I first went there. All right, so thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon. And as always, peace, much love.